Comrades of St. Anne, the People's National Party is ready. Comrades of St. Anne, are you ready? Comrades of St. Anne, when I say what time is it, I want you to wave your fist in the air and shout time come. Comrades, what time is it? St. Anne, what time is it? Northwest St. Anne, what time is it? Southwest St. Anne, what time is it? Southeast St. Anne, what time is it? Northeast St. Anne, what time is it? Comrade leader and next Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Honorable Mark Jefferson Golden, Comrade General Secretary, comrades candidates on the platform, comrades councillors and councillor caretakers, and you, the warriors and champions of the People's National Party, time come. Tonight I stand before you as the candidate and the next member of Parliament for the great constituency of Northeast St. Anne. And I am running for member of Parliament for Northeast St. Anne because I know what it means to struggle. I was raised in a rural farming community called Mackney, right here in the hills of St. Anne. I don't know how many people know where Mackney is. So I'm a homeboy. I live in Northeast St. Anne. And I know where my vote is. I vote at PD number 29 at the Ocho Rios High School in Northeast St. Anne. I grew up carrying water on my head. I know what it means to struggle, comrades, and that's why I'm running for member of Parliament. I grew up carrying water on my head. I don't know how many people know how to make a cutter out of a banana leaf, put it on your head and put a bucket on your head. I know how to do that. I grew up walking to school barefoot. I grew up in a home without running water. I have seen firsthand what bad road and poor infrastructure and neglected social infrastructure look like. I have experienced it for myself. But I've also seen the beauty and the power of community. And I am here to tell you tonight that the people of Northeast St. Anne deserve better representation. And so tonight, I stand here to tell you, Northeast St. Anne, that I am running for member of Parliament so that I can bring back dignity and opportunity to the people of Northeast St. Anne, to the many families of Northeast St. Anne, many of them who are living on lands for many years, living for 20, 30, 40, 50 years on lands that they do not own. I want to bring dignity to these people who have been so often identified with the derogatory and degrading and debasing and shameful term that they call them squatters, and they tell them that they live on capture land. Well, when the People's National Party is returned to power, and my comrade leader and my next Prime Minister reactivate the upgraded and rebranded Operations Pride 2.0, rebranded as the Porsche Plan, and I will be your next member of Parliament. I will work to ensure that the people of Mali and Steertown and Marmy Bay and Pimento Walk and Windsor River and River Road and Windsor Forest and Civil Heights, who they call squatters, will get their own title and have a legal right to live on the land, and nobody can no longer call them a squatter. Comrades, our Jamaican workers in the hospitality industry deserve better. Jamaican workers in the hotel sector, like the young chef that I met last week when I was walking in Pimento Walk, who is now on strict doctor's order because she is pregnant and is a sensitive pregnancy. Sensitive pregnancy, and yet as a chef in the hotel industry, she is on maternity leave without pay. She deserves better. Like the young chef I met in Ocho who tell me that even though I'm a chef in the hotel industry, I can barely make my payment on the torpedo loan that I took out to pay for the Pro Box to take me to work. He deserves better. Like the young man who told me a year ago I got him a job as a lifeguard, and just a couple of weeks ago he told me he got a letter to say that his contract has been terminated and he's now left jobless. He deserves better. And so when I become member of parliament, I will work to make sure that we put an end to the exploitation of our people, that the hotel industry are exploiting our people through contract work. We are going to put an end to contract slavery, where our young people have no job security. They can't take a pay stub to the bank to get a loan or a mortgage. Our young people in the $4.4 billion industry are struggling to survive. They cannot live. They are barely fighting to keep their heads above water. They don't have a job security. Many of them are working in the industry for over 8 years and still on contract, while we have other people come to our country and get permanent jobs. They are paid in Jamaican dollars, while foreign expatriates are paid in US dollars. When I become member of parliament, not only are we going to end the contract work, but we're going to prioritize to make sure that our young people, our experienced, qualified and trained Jamaicans in the industry also get promotion to the top jobs that are now held by foreign expatriates. Our craft traders and artisans in the craft industry of Ocho Rios and the craft markets of Ocho Rios deserve better representation. Comrades, as I stand here before you today, every single week a cruise ship comes in the harbor. And yet it does not matter whether a cruise ship comes or not. Even when the town is packed with tourists, our craft traders in Ocho Rios are sitting around in craft markets that are like ghost town, because tourists are diverted away from the craft market to other places. Our craft traders are going back home worse off than they went to work in the mornings. When I become member of parliament, I am going to work to make sure that we bring back business into the craft market, so that the craft industry, the people who build the industry, can benefit from the industry, can gain wealth from the industry, can enrich themselves from the industry that they build. Comrades, it is a shame that Jamaica is a land of wood and water. And Ocho Rios, the words Ocho Rios is Spanish for 8 rivers. 8 rivers in northeast St. Anne. And yet people in Priory, in Limal, Corner Street, in Davistown, Chalky Hill, Pimento Walk are still having water problem, where for months they don't have water running through their houses. Every minute a pump breakdown, or they ration water, so they have to divert water from one community to another. That is a shame and disgrace. And when I become member of parliament for Northeast St. Anne, we're going to make sure that the water runs freely, not only in the gated communities, but in every community where our people and our voters live. It is a shame. It is a shame that Ocho Rios is the premier tourist town in Jamaica, the biggest tourist town in Jamaica, and I burst my car tire in Ocho Rios pothole. Pothole on Main Street, pothole on the bypass. Ocho Rios is a slum for a tourist town. Our market vendors in the produce markets are hurdles like animals. There's no proper bathroom infrastructure. We got to fix that. And when I become member of parliament, we're going to make Ocho Rios the pride and joy of Jamaica. I could say many more things, but finally, comrades, our people in Northeast St. Ann, on the tourist belt, the north coast of Jamaica, have had their fundamental constitutional right taken away from them. They are denied the right to access freely their public beaches. Ocherius Bay Beach, they get locked out of. Pearly Beach, it's easier for you to get through the pearly gates than to gain access to Pearly Beach. Our people are locked out of our beaches, but when I become member of parliament, I'm gonna make sure that our people, our Jamaican people, get access to their fundamental rights right back to their beaches. So comrades, let me ask you, are you serious? If you're serious, when I say what time is it, I want to hear you say time come. Comrades, what time is it? Time come to put Jamaica back on top. What time is it? To put a government in power that loves the people. What time is it? To make sure that Northeast St. Ann goes back into the column of the People's National Party. What time is it? To make sure that Jamaica goes back to a government that is for the people. What time is it? To make sure that Mark Jefferson Golding becomes the next Prime Minister of Jamaica. What time is it? To make sure that St. Ann goes back to the People's National Party. What time is it? To make sure that Jamaica and the people of Jamaica are liberated from this corrupt government and the People's National Party forms the next government. The word of love. Thank you.